The first exercise is the hip hinge. So we want to work on pushing our hips back past our heels and then driving our hips forward and really working on engaging those glutes to help us stand up nice and tall. So we want to also make sure that we're not squatting at all to get our hips back. We're actually moving our hips back. Our angle at the knee is staying fairly consistent. We're reaching out over our head, keeping our back nice and flat throughout the entire movement. Next, we have our dumbbell swing. So this is the very same movement we were working on. We're just adding a little bit of a snap. So we're making sure we absorb that dumbbell with our hips. So as it comes down, we're moving those hips back. And then we're driving our hips forward, squeezing our glutes. That's what gives us that little snap. So we're only coming up to about our chest height. Our arms are strong, but they're not really doing much of the work here. They're just kind of going along for a ride. Once we've mastered it with one dumbbell, we want to pick up our other dumbbell and work on getting both arms as we prepare for our devil's press. Next is our curl press. So this is probably the most simple component. So we're curling up to our shoulders, pressing up over our head, and kind of working on linking those two movements together, lowering down with control. We're maintaining good posture, keeping our glutes engaged and our core. That's going to give us a nice strong foundation to press up. Next we have burpees. So we're just lowering ourselves down, and then we want to work on bringing our feet up as close as we can. I like to think that I'm trying to replace my hands with my feet. I'm bringing my feet in under my center of gravity so I can stand up nice and tall. We're also going to emphasize that full hip extension just because when we get to that devil's press, we want to be fully extended when we press those arms up. All right, we made it to the fun part. So now that we are working on our devil's press, we want to be really cognizant of having a nice straight spine. So as we start to come up, the first thing we want to do is engage our core, engage our shoulders to make sure we're not rounding over. And then we're going to let those dumbbells swing back a little bit, absorb that blow, and then we're driving those hips forward. So we really want to be emphasizing that hinge, especially at the bottom as we start to press up.